every day is an adventure.
Yes, sir.
So, you got to push yourself, go to the end, don't cut corners, and give it your all, because it's you versus you. So you get out what you put in. It really is like that. I notice a lot of people stay the same as far as technique or growth because they're not going the extra. They do the bare minimum. So it hinders them. If they were to do just a little bit more every time, they would get better. They would get stronger. They would get up quicker. They would escape. They would have, technique. Because pushing yourself also helps you to hone or sharpen those, your triangle, it's going to be a triangle. But my triangle and my professor's triangle are two different triangles. He's been training for 30-some years. I've been training for 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So just keep perfecting it, and getting stronger. Mentally, physically, and tightening these techniques, honing them, and having them ready to use.
Yeah.
Because if you have them, but they're dull, when you need them, they're gonna fail you.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat is at the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, then everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the song at the award show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You a Captain Save a whole you.
Back, no echo, no cutoff. We getting
No
it
beeping.
in. Yeah, no beeping. I don't know, man. I would have rolled with it. I swear I would have rolled with it. I was, yeah, it was like our own little background soundtrack. So
That's right.
man, but again, we start every episode with a prayer, or I'm sorry, with what I'm grateful for. Man, of course, grateful for God, grateful for family, grateful for life, man. And it's crazy because I'm extremely grateful I'm grateful for my fighters and my students to have the ability to overcome obstacles. Yesterday was a tough day. I've already said out loud, one of my fighters for sure drowned. She drowned and came back to life. It was one of those moments. And so I'm grateful for them to just have the strength to keep going forward and be courageous, I guess is the best way to say it. So that's what I'm most grateful for coming into today. How about you, Dewey? What are you most grateful for?
I have to say I'm grateful for everything God is doing. And it's an honor to be a part of what he's doing.
Man.
Wow. Yeah, we this year, 2025, you gotta be a part of what God's doing. So I'm grateful for that.
Chills, my brother. Chills. What? That was well said, sir. Man. So we up for round 2. We're gonna get it in. We're gonna get it in a little bit like it's brand new and then just build off of what we're already doing. Dewey, how you feeling, man?
I'm blessed, man.
Beautiful.
I'm excited.
I got that.
We got a lot going on, man.
Oh,
it's a special year.
Man, let's dive right into it. So please explain for people that don't know, what is Cholo BJJ? What is Cholo MMA? Like, what is the meaning behind this?
Cholo MMA is a fusion between martial arts and the culture. And by the culture, I mean people like you and me. We understand these things. And we're seeing more you and me in martial arts. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, sir.
And I'm glad that we're motivating people to get back on the mats or join for the first time. You know, take that big step. To be a part of that, you know, be a part of something bigger. It's a beautiful thing. And Cholo MMA just, it takes all of that and brings it to you, to the layman. It's like, hey, here's martial arts. You could do this. It's fun. We having fun. We're doing it. And we're protecting ourselves and our families. And we're becoming better because of it. Because every day is hard. It don't get easier. And that's life. But if we have that mindset that we can overcome anything, man, we'll change the world.
Man, that's dope. That,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. That was it. You know, you do a good job of leaving me speechless. Sometimes I don't know where to really go off of that. Blending the culture with, when you really think about it, when you think about Cholo MMA, what brought that to you? What made you want to be you personally, what made you want to be a part of it and help it grow and help it become bigger than it was, you know? Or do you see where I'm going with this one?
At the beginning, it was just like anything. It was like acting, you know, we're doing stunts. I never done jiu-jitsu before. But Toker, he was like, hey, you got to do this, man. You got to train. And I was like, I got to train. Like, yeah. If you don't train, they going to know. But I started falling in love with jiu-jitsu itself. You know, shooting the content was a plus. But the sport, you know, the art, it's just something that just intrigued me. I was like, what is this, you know? It's the hardest thing I had to do all day. And prior to that, my life was pretty easy, you know? I'm shooting music videos, directing, I'm acting, I'm doing music, I'm living a dream. So I wasn't doing anything difficult. But jiu-jitsu was, man, it was incredible. And so from that love, from falling in love for myself, then I was able to say, wow, I'm a part of something big. And then just seeing people's faces when they would see me when I would cross train, or people would come to our gym and be like, "You Cholo MMA, are you gonna shoot some more of those videos?"
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, yeah. And so just that and seeing the kids, oh man, when we started seeing the impact we was having on the kids, it just really drove it home. Because I have kids and they train, and I'm like, man, this is the next generation.
Yeah.
So we gotta be good role models, you know? We gotta lead them the right way.
For sure.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh man, what about BJJ calls to you? And I mean that if people don't understand martial arts, it's really easy to go and try any martial art. There's so many of them now. And so And you go and try it, and it's almost like finding your favorite food, more or less. Like, you can go do taekwondo, you can go do karate, you can go do Wing Chun, you could do JKD, you could do all the BJJ, Muay Thai, you could boxing even is a martial, I would consider a martial art. You could try so many different things, but when you find that one, it's like finding your wife. It's like, oh, I found that one, and it just sort of, you could do others, but it's not the same. So what is it about BJJ that really calls to you?
I just think that the amount of it's like an ocean. You're gonna run into different sharks. if my professor, he put it this way, he said, you might run into a shark. He got a lot of scars, missing. He got tooth hanging right here. So you know this shark, he's all messed up, but he's still moving. So he's got experience. He's had his battles. I feel like Jiu-Jitsu the same way.
Yeah.
It's a big ocean. It's so many fishes.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that's an interesting way to put it.
Yeah. So many creatures, let's just say that.
Oh, that's even better.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because I don't know if you give your athletes nicknames, just.
Yeah.
So my nickname is the Sea Otter. So,
oh, wait. I'm trying to picture why. Oh. Okay, now I can't picture exactly why. So, why the Sea Otter?
Flow. It's like be water.
Yeah. Yes, yes, sir. So you're like, you could just get on a mat and literally close your eyes and then just keep going through transition, and without going
That's a good
hard,
way.
without going hard at all. See,
Yeah.
oh man, I gotta, we're gonna have a separate conversation because I need to figure how to bring you out to the Midwest, because that's the way I want to coach Muay Thai. That's the way I try to get them to be. It's like water. When you can just do it, you don't have to do it fast. You don't have to do it super hard. When you could do it like that, then you know what you're doing. When you're no longer thinking about it and you're just flowing through the next thing. Oh, I threw this jab, they defended that, so I do this. They returned this, so I could do this. And it's just a nonstop dance. It's a beautiful dance when you got two people working together like that. And so I could picture you now that you explained it. I could picture you with your eyes closed and just flowing. And
mind you, I've only done it for 5 years. And I didn't know anything before.
Yeah.
I learned everything from my professor. So I moved like him. So his nickname is the Mongoose. And same thing. I've watched him flow, and it's just a beautiful thing. I watched something online somewhere, and it was like, if you can roll with a kid and not injure him or hurt him, then you've mastered your craft.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's not that Oh man. That means you were a really good student. You love to learn, you love to listen, you love to follow your professor. He earned that means he's a great professor because you trusted him enough to follow his lead. And that's not always easy. And sometimes you'll have a good professor or a good coach and the person just wasn't a good follower. And sometimes you have someone that wants to follow, but the professor or the coach wasn't for them. So that's really, you really made a really good relationship right there. And that's such a blessing. Man, that's so dope. Man, I could literally picture you flowing. Like I love the art of just flowing through technique, whether it's wrestling, boxing, Muay Thai, whatever it is. If you know how to flow, it's just so much fun and it's literally like water.
And
Amazing.
again, it takes two now.
Yeah, no doubt. I feel you. I feel you because you get the ones that don't know how to flow.
Yo, you go crash.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, there's the one thing I've heard in the BJJ community is the spazzy white belts. They could be a brown belt and they're still acting like a spazzy white belt because everything is just like ja, 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 ja. And it's like I gotta conquer you real quick and I gotta go super hard. And it's like you're not leaving room to learn a position.
To explore.
Yeah, yes. I see that.
To explore.
I see that more with, and at least on my end when I'm watching it or when I used to do BJJ, see that more with wrestlers that come from, Greco-Roman or just any kind of wrestling, and then they step into BJJ. It's like everything is like explosive, and it's like you trying to get them to slow down is interesting. So what about your experience? Do you see that more with wrestlers, or or see that with anyone?
You see differences in body types and obviously background. Like if they had some sort of wrestling or martial arts, karate, even, it always in jiu-jitsu, it's either going to hinder you or help you or both.
Yeah.
Certain areas you'll be good. But then certain areas, it leaves you exposed.
Yeah.
Like guillotine.
Yes.
Yeah. So I feel like with anything, with me, for example, I didn't have any habits because I didn't train, outside of just, left, right, and just trying to figure out that our whole body is our whole body. There's no better side or bad side or, it's just left and right,
Yeah.
But once you unlock that and you realize that, everything kind of flows from that. So a lot of times it's just keeping an open mind, not injecting what you think will work, or everything may look the same, but it's not always the same. It can be just a little detail.
Yeah.
It changes the whole technique.
Man.
So keep an open mind. Keep your mouth shut. It's why the technique's being taught. And pay attention. And then if you have questions, you can see how you can modify or what you can do, but learn it the way it's being taught,
I don't know, even as a coach, I don't know if I could say that any better than the way you just said that, because you just described exactly how you can learn anything in life. Anything, not just martial arts, just anything. If you just shut up, be quiet, listen, truly listen. The art of listening is like a different concept. You have to listen Don't think about what you're going to say. Don't think about anything. Listen. Then, and allow that information to hit your head. And then when it comes to martial art, do it and give yourself the grace to really let your body figure it out. Like the way you just described that, and like you can pick up anything if you just do that. You could just go learn something. It may not be overnight, but you could definitely learn something. And so it's like, man, you put things in a very, you word things in a special way. And I don't know, hopefully people that listen to this will get it. Like, I appreciate you so much, the way you think, the way you word things, the way you put them, because it's coming from such a warrior standpoint, but a warrior that understands that they have nothing to prove is the best way I could say it. And like, you're still searching for knowledge. Like, that's what comes across to me. It seems like you're very much in search of knowledge while also having all this knowledge of your own. That's super, super dope. And it's funny, I've been looking forward to it since having this conversation, since we linked up and we locked this in, but especially since about 3 p.m. yesterday, because if there was a person that I could talk to that would understand this, it would be you. So I'm getting 10 fighters ready for a fight right now. And 2 of them are doing an MMA fight. 8 of them are doing a Muay Thai tournament at that.
Wow.
And so it's like 4 days nonstop fighting. Some of them will have to fight 5 times in that weekend. It's crazy. And this is something we participate in every year. And the 2 MMA guys, the tournament's almost a month and a half after. So if they walk out unblemished and nothing too crazy, they still want to compete in that. One of the things that I make them do has nothing to do with Muay Thai technique. It's all just mental. And I spend a lot of time with the mental. So I have a lot of them lay down, and then I let someone get inside control. And some of the people know what they're doing a little bit. They do, some BJJ, and then some are literally a fish out of water. And so, but I put them with people that will be able to make them work to get up, or almost virtually impossible. And my goal is drown, calm yourself down, and fight through it. Because in a fight, you might get overwhelmed in a fight. And I need your mind to say, oh my goodness, wait, I've been here before. I've been in this situation. I don't want to be the victim. Take a breath. Let me fight back. And yesterday, I always do this. I get in with my guys for sure. And so I held one of my MMA fighters down and put him through the ringer, like side control. And I'm not anything special, but I wrestled, and I've done enough BJJ where I'm going to make it painful for you, and I'm big. So I'm going to make you feel my weight. And as soon as I feel you take that breath, I'm squeezing down even more. And I did that with one of the females, and she had a good 15-second freak out moment where she was like, I thought I was going to die. And then she snapped out of it on her own, started breathing, and she worked through every little problem until she got all the way up. And I didn't make it easy for her, but she got up. And I got a text later last night, and she was like, I'm no longer worried about law school. Law school is going to be easy because I went through this. And I'm like, well,
100%.
It's not going to be easy, but it'll be simple. And it's like, you are ready to fight, and you just got to keep going on this path. Now, I say all that because then I instantly thought about you as well. I'm like, oh man, I wonder. So my question to you, Dewey, is Have you had those moments where your professor took you underwater and was like, you gonna have to like, I always say you have to die to be reborn, more or less. It's like I tell people, seek death. Seek the death of who you are right now so you could become stronger later on. So you could be stronger when you walk out that door. Have you had those moments? Has your professor or anybody else put you through those moments? And what was going through your mind if that was the case?
So we have those moments Monday through Thursday. Nice.
He's like 4 days a week. He's like, matter of fact, it's about to happen later on tonight.
100%.
That's awesome.
It's good to see people's faces, especially those that walk in for the first time, or those that are cross training. A lot of people know, they already know, you know. It's important because then when you drill the techniques, when you do randori, it's not no muscle. It's all technique. You don't have no more strength. We took all that out of you.
Yep.
You I tell them, you know, they're tenderized and ready to learn.
I love that. It's so weird when they're tired. That's when they learn.
100%.
Oh, that's great.
They be calm. Look, be calm, breathing, focusing on their breathing, and in a deep trance, you know, but in that alert trance.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yes.
Ready to learn.
Yes. Oh, I love that.
Empty.
Yeah.
Ready to be poured into.
Oh, that's great. Tenderizing. I like that. I'm not going to front. I might steal that one. Because we tenderize them usually different. And for this woman specifically, it doesn't break her. She could punch all day. If I told her to go carry a tire for 3 miles, she'd do it. Like she's built like that. She was a part of a rowing team in college. So she's just built like that. Right. But putting in her situation where it wasn't just size holding her down, it was technique. And once I started sinking in an arm triangle, she was feeling it, and I made sure she felt it. And it was like, she was like, I literally, my head freaked out. I thought I was dying, and there was nothing I could do. And she was like, I was ready to claw your eyeballs out. I'm like, oh, I know. That's why I put my forehead was dead on the mat. You weren't getting to my eyes. It's like I got marks all in here because she was just reaching for everything she could. And I'm like, but you calmed down and you mellowed out. And so that's when like, and she gets it now. And like, it's like when you fight, you fighting for survival, yo. Like, I don't train you just to fight in a ring. I'm training you to fight for life.
So for her, it was more mental.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The physical, she had it down pat.
Yeah. There was anything physical I tell her to do, she'll get tired, she'll get sore. But it was the mental side. For sure, she had to see that she could break and then come back from being broken, all in that moment. And it was like, it's such a weird thing. And I was talking with my assistant coaches. They're like, man, like, how do you know? I'm like, I don't know, man. It's a feel thing. Like, it's like, and some people, if I just have them go stand in a square, that'll mentally break them. Because they don't say nothing, they don't do nothing. That'll mentally break them, because it's like now they got to sit with themselves. They're at a different place. And so that's. But you said Monday through Thursday. He said I'm tenderizing like once in a while like that. He said Monday through Thursday. Well, man, I want to see this. I want to see this. When do you get tenderized, or are you getting tenderized right with him?
So we have competition training. That's usually the hardest for me. But every day is an adventure.
Yes, sir.
So you got to push yourself, go to the end, don't cut corners, and give it your all. Because it's you versus you. So you get out what you put in. It really is like that. I notice a lot of people stay the same as far as technique or growth because they're not going the extra. They do the bare minimum. So it hinders them. If they were to do just a little bit more every time, they would get better. They would get stronger. They would get up quicker. They would escape. They would have, technique. Because pushing yourself also helps you to hone or sharpen those, your triangle, it's going to be a triangle. But my triangle and my professor's triangle are two different triangles. He's been training for 30-some years. I've been training for 5 years.
Yes, sir.
So just keep perfecting it, and getting stronger. Mentally, physically, and tightening these techniques, honing them, and having them ready to use.
Yeah.
Because if you have them, but they're dull, when you need them, they're gonna fail you. Many times I threw up a triangle and it been destroyed immediately.
I see the triangle. It's really something that's thinking.
Oh, my little legs.
Oh, man.
But, my professor's the same height. He threw up a triangle, it's different.
Yeah.
So it's technique.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's going extra. Doing a little more.
So when you say extra, I believe I have a good understanding of what you're talking about as far as extra, but those people that, one, don't do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or any martial arts training, or are just starting out in BJJ, what do you mean specifically by a little extra?
So like the movies, some people, they leave right away.
Yes, sir.
They don't stick around. They don't help clean up, change a trash bag, mop, sweep, vacuum, or just hang out and talk. So it's priorities, That's what's important to you. If you come and you just getting the basic minimum, that's all you're going to take away.
Yes, sir.
Also, when you're not training, you should be at least studying, reviewing technique, drilling. That's homework. So that's what I mean by extra.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they won't cross-train or they won't make... The community is big. But if everybody's here and there and here and there and there, then we're not really together.
Yes.
So I meet you at a meet or at a fight or at this event. Hey, where do you train at? Oh, we're here Monday through Friday, blah, blah, pull up. So that's what's needed more of.
Yes, sir.
That we actually meet each other where we are. A beautiful thing happened. My professor met another guy, happened to be a professor, and they've seen each other before, but just so happened they actually talked. And then out of that, beautiful things happen. Seminars, just different, and just all kind of stuff.
Yes,
so it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love that everything you just said, but then the last part, to me, it's always removing the ego and being okay with learning more, even if you're at that stage as in this case, a professor, just wanting to learn more. And I'm a huge advocate of seminars. We do a lot of seminars at my gym because I'm like, I don't know it all. And 99.9% of people aren't built like me. So it's like,
Right.
see some of this cool stuff from someone built like you, or they move different. And it never fails. You listen to somebody else talk about something and they say almost the same thing. One, it hits different. And two, they put one little word. They change it up just enough, and like you just watch the light bulbs go off, and it's like, yes. Now when we get back to class, you'll understand it even more. And like that's the goal, is like just getting people to get better and understand it. That's crazy.
But it's dope that you can realize that you're not going to be able to teach everybody everything.
Yep.
And having these different instructors, just seeing these different body types, perspectives, just backgrounds, people can pick up, like you said, just a little word, just a little innuendo, just mannerisms, whatever it is, it'll click for them.
Yes, sir.
So it's beautiful.
I mean, I think what helped me is getting it taken away from me. So it's funny, I tell my fighters this all the time. I'm like, how I coach you is because I've been in the shoes that I never want you to be in. It's like, when I think about my childhood, when I think about my life, I was blessed with being an athlete. Like by the time I'm like 14, I'm 6 feet tall, 210 pounds. I'm able to run a 40-yard dash 5 flat. That's not fast, but it's fast, especially because I was able to hold that up until I was like 270. So like, I didn't work as hard because I didn't have to. And and it's so weird. It's like I dislocated my knee, tore some ligaments, and I have what's called a foot drop, right? My peroneal nerve in my right foot is shot from dislocating my knee. So my right foot doesn't work. I have no dorsal flex. And when the doctors told me that I can't fight no more, I can't do this, I'm gonna walk with a brace, it changed something in me. And I never trained harder than those moments. And the only blessing I had was coming to my gym to help the other fighters that I was supposed to be training with as a fighter out. So I'm in a wheelchair telling them how they should be kicking I'm holding a crutch, sitting in a wheelchair saying, okay, the kick has to come like this, and doing that. And then learning how to coach people without being able to do it myself. And then when I got back to training and I pushed myself to a whole nother level, I was like, yo, this is what Kobe's talking about. This is what Ray Lewis is talking about. I thought I was pushing myself before. No, this is a different level. It's watching other people and learning it and listening to other people. It's going to do extra training. It's reading books. It's like, oh man, there's a whole nother level. And to unlock that level, playing football, wrestling, semi-pro football, boxing, doing more Muay Thai fights, not to unlock this level. By this time, I'm 37. I'm like, yo, it took me 37 years to figure out there's a whole nother level here. I'm like,
there's always levels.
Yes. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. And so it's like doing the little extra work and then also realizing that you don't have all the knowledge. And then the injury really helped me, like, okay.
It pushes you, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like, and so I say all that about me. Have you had those moments though where it was like, okay, you said it. I love the way you said it too. You said you versus you. That's you control you, you versus you is like, it's all like, I love that. Where were those moments for you in your life? Not just BJJ though. Like different, can you give me the different markers where it was like, yep, this was it. You versus you, I had to do something different. You versus you had to do something different. And then give me those BJJ moments as well.
I'll start with a personal one for me. I would say you versus me versus me moment would be 2 years ago when I decided to stop drinking altogether. That was a you control you moment. Yeah, because drinking is something that we don't look at it or consider it, you know, that bad, especially if you do it in moderation or you do it socially. But man, I tell you, man, it's bad for us, man.
Yeah.
I started noticing with training that it would just suck up all the oxygen out of my blood, you know? It was crazy. I would be behind the line during warm-ups. And it just started taking a toll on me. It started making me angry, depressed. It was like a cycle, you know? I drink, I quit, I drink, I quit, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, you know, we got to stop. But what made it worth for me and just made it really serious was a lot of people didn't know I got sick. And I couldn't eat gluten, so I became gluten intolerant. I would break out in hives. I'd have hives all in my face, eyelids, all over my body. So I couldn't drink anything. I ended up going to the ER. And all of this was like that rude awakening, you know? Because knowing that you had to live with something, you had to change your diet, the way you buy groceries, you know, the whole nine. So, but I think it's the best decision I ever made, man. Because after that, I started leading the warm-ups then. Got my win back. You know, I'm investing money in training. I'm, you know, joining the gym, so I pay membership, and I'm buying gis and rash guards and
those aren't cheap.
Mouth guards and yeah, everything that comes with it. Why not take care of your body? You know, your biggest investment.
Yes, sir.
So I stopped doing that, and that was 2 years ago. That was definitely a hard decision, but one that I encourage everyone to make. It can save your life, and it definitely make you feel better.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you know, like anything, you still want to go back, but we can't allow ourselves to go backwards. We gotta keep going forward.
Bars. That's bars right there. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yes.
Man, that's gotta be really, I know cutting out gluten for a lot of people is probably a tough transition, but there's some cultures where that's just going, that's going to be a little bit tougher. Man, how was that transition with your family for that?
Man, I thank God for my family, man, because they're super supportive. You know, they eat healthy.
Mm-hmm.
We still eat gluten, you know. When I stopped drinking, it made it where I could go back to eat gluten.
So
Yeah,
you
it
found
was
what to
just,
remove.
it was too much.
Yeah.
And, you know, I look young, but
Well, wait a minute. Your camera's not
age,
on right now. So if someone just tuned in, they not seeing how young you actually look. Yeah, there it
I
is.
was just saying, that engine, boy. Yay, you need the right transmission, Phil. Need the
Facts.
right oil. But did anything, you know, just everything in moderation.
Yes, sir.
Um, but you know, just the drinking, not the drinking was what was facilitating a lot of the things that I really wanted to work on. And that's why I was telling you about the you control you moment. I understood that the anger was coming from those moments, those highs and lows. The depression was coming from the highs and lows. And all of it was being facilitated with alcohol, you know, with the drinking. And not just that, it was making the highs higher and the lows lower. So I would get angrier, or I would get even more depressed. And so I mean, for me, I had to leave it alone completely. I'm not sure for others, but with anything, you know, it takes sacrifice. It requires time, and it requires a lot of courage. If you don't have courage, you'll start and then you'll run right back.
Yes, sir.
But again, it's just dealing with certain things sober, facing certain things head on, not trying to take the edge off. You know, those are the things, man, that were the hardest
Yes, sir.
as a man. You know, to admit when you're not being a good example for your kids, you know, not being a good husband, not being fair, you know, being headstrong, not being graceful, you know, not speaking gently, not being a bringer of peace,
Oh, wait.
you know. So now I meditate on those things. Am I bringing peace wherever I go? Or am I stealing the peace? You know, am I smiling or am I frowning? You know, am I coming? Am I going?
Oh, man.
It's crazy. You got to laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
And in those moments, focus your energy outward on somebody else.
Yes, sir.
You know, spend time with your kids, spend time with your, you know, significant other, you know, go visit a friend, get outside yourself. Trust you'll forget about whatever you got going on in your head.
Exactly.
Immediately.
Yes. Yes. There's a lot of people saying they're either going through that or right now or thank you. Like it's, man, it sounds like martial art has really given you another perspective of life that you've just taken and ran with it. And that's the beauty of martial art. That's exactly why anyone wants to teach or coach is to listen to someone like you speak like that right now. Like if your professor heard you talk the way you're talking right now, I'm sure he would smile. Like the grin that they will put on his face. And that's a blessing, bro. That's a blessing. I do have with everything that you're doing, Because people ask me this question, and it's always a weird. I have to try to think from their shoes before I answer the balance question. And it's like, well, my life isn't balanced the way you think it's balanced because I'm married, I have kids. It's like my life is balanced and it's not 50-50, right? It can't be 50-50 because I'm pursuing my dreams here. So, but I have to, I'm making sure that I have time for everyone in my life. And so what does balance look like for you? And how important is it to communicate with your family as you're chasing and pursuing your dreams and building your dreams, to be honest?
So I answer that from my perspective because I've always been a creative.
Mm-hmm.
I live in Atlanta, and before I would just go create. I didn't have to ask anybody or check in or nothing, you know. But once I got into a relationship and I got married, I would do the same thing, just go and create. And sometimes those missions can bring you home a little late. Come home 2, 3 in the morning.
Oui.
You know. And with anything, it's communication.
Mm-hmm.
So it got to a point where, you know, it was either stop doing what you're doing or take me with you. I want to see. And I had a hard decision to make. And I was like, you know, well, I'm not doing anything bad.
Yeah.
I could use the help. Let's try it. So when I would book or when I had a shoot, I would bring a PA. I would bring my wife. She would help on set. She would help the video girls. She would help makeup. She would run around. She would stage. She would help with lighting, pull everything. And she was getting paid.
Yeah.
I'm getting paid. She's getting paid. And she's not worried about how late I'm coming. Now we're working together to make sure the kids are being taken care of. Now we're working together. There's no more arguing at home. You know, that may not work for everybody. You know, your schedules may not line up or you may not have the freedom. But for me, it worked. So much so now that any ideas, any plans, anything, I check it in with her, you know, and she does the same thing. I keep a notebook. She has a notebook. And we share notes. We compare ideas. We're a kid with each other. Oh, you can't see this one. You know, this the $1 million.
I love that.
But be open if you especially if you're pursuing your dream. Involve people in your dreams. They either gonna help you or they're gonna encourage you and say, look, you got it.
Yep.
I'll watch. You do. I don't want to be that involved. But they might get their hands dirty.
Yes, sir.
They might hold the pads. So be open, be honest. Let those people that you trust, those people that are close to you, let them know your dreams. You know, because two are better than one. Every single time.
Yes, sir.
Two are better than one. And now we shoot. She helps me a lot. It's a beautiful thing. My kids, they watch what I do. They help me a lot. So now it's not just benefiting me, it's helping them.
Yeah.
They're learning. My kids are learning to fish.
Yeah.
They're picking up a camera.
Yep.
And if they can take beautiful pictures, no matter where they go, they can feed themselves. And so they're learning these things. You know, I'm teaching my other one how to set up lights, how to record, you know, make music, you know, just create.
That's awesome, man. You and Corey.
Yeah, spending time to create.
I need to connect. This is what when we're done, I'm connecting you and Corey, the man behind the scenes back here, because he's also a creator. And everything you just said, like I was envisioning him too. You two would have a dope conversation about lights and cameras and talking about it and like teaching the kids. Like he coaches his kids in basketball, so it's like it's just that beautiful journey. And so that's the big thing I hope people took out of that. Like everything you said was dope, but the communication aspect is like, and your wife is so dope because instead of just fighting with you, she was like, well, what about me coming with? Because it's one thing if she doesn't want to come with and she knows you're doing this, it's like there's no wiggle room to work it out then. But like you either accept it or you come with. And like hearing her be cool with one of those ideas and then you being so the word they use in this society right now is vulnerable. You were vulnerable enough to let her. I know you said you weren't up to anything, but I don't know if people understand. It takes courage to let someone see you in that light when you're at your most raw place. You're creating something, whether it's a photo shoot, it's music, it's a movie, that's raw for you. And to allow someone to see that and then trust them enough to not judge or not be reckless with that, that's an incredible relationship. That's super dope. Like, I love hearing people talk about their marriage that way, their relationship that way.
Absolutely.
That's super dope. My wife is my partner who runs the gym and one of my assistant coaches. And it's like, it's a fun journey. And it's been a fun journey learning the communication aspect to make it work, to make it thrive, to make it super successful. And I can't even imagine not having a partner anymore. It's like, it's so dope. It's like,
it's the best.
It's like, wait, I'm not that good at these things over here and you're great at it. This is dope.
Right. They're real helper.
Yeah.
Real helpers.
Yeah.
And that's how it should be, you know. Even now, when I get booked, or if we have an event or we have something, I include my children because they're old enough now.
Yes, sir.
And so a lot of people are like, you taking your kids to work? I'm like, well, if I leave them at home, I'm going to be distracted, be worried about them. You know, if you want the very best me, you got to let me have my little helpers.
Yep.
And they're well behaved. They know how to work. They're polite. And so that's also important too. You know, you got to start them real little so that you can take them to these places and they can experience these things because they're little people.
Yes.
Yeah, everywhere I go, I see little people. I talk to them. What's up, little people?
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And so we're making the world better that way.
Yes, sir.
You know, because they're growing up, they're like, man, the man at the store, you know, he asked me my name, he said hi, he is polite, he's encouraging.
Isn't that the best?
It's the best.
It's like
100%.
Man, when your kids are no longer around you and you're getting compliments about them, that's like, it's like, yeah, doing something right. That's the dopest thing in the world.
It's a good feeling.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's like, how old are your kids?
I got She'll be 20
Oof.
in April.
Yeah.
I got a 10-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
8-year-old, and a 10-month-old little girl. So.
Yeah. All little girls?
Well, 2 boys.
2 boys. Okay, that's what
10 and 8.
Yeah.
So I got 2 and 2. But even the little girl, like you learn from the kids.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh, it's incredible.
Just learning they watch us. You may not think they watch us, but
yeah, they see
they
everything.
Watch.
They see the good, the bad, man, and it's they definitely learn. So my daughter is about to be 21 in like 23 days. And I'm looking like, I'm not that old, man. What is going on here? It's like she 21. And for me, she just started her own business. And since day one, it's like, look, I don't care if you work for someone else, but don't just go work for someone else just to chase a dollar. Because she has seen dad run, you'll love this, an independent record label, a management company with artists, and was very successful and toured to the point when I wanted to buy my gym, it was music that paid for the gym. And so she has seen me like build this. And when she finally hit me and was like, Dad, I know what I want to do. I'm getting certified in this. This is what I'm doing. I'm starting my business. I was like,
that's so beautiful.
That's like, oh, winning. We're like, life is winning. It's like, this is beautiful. And she fought under me before. She's trained under me for a while. So it's like watching her grow into this, it was like beautiful. Now my son, who's about to be 15 in May, it's like, okay, watching him grow and go through life and do things and letting him find his own love in whatever sports he wants to do. Because Muay Thai wasn't it. Muay Thai wasn't it. And I could recognize right away Muay Thai wasn't it. And he wrestled for
kicks.
Yeah, it's like he has thumpers, but it's just, that's not in him. It's just, it wasn't in him. But watching him football and now basketball and now track and just watching him do all these cool things, it's like, oh man, kid, you're figuring it out. It's like, it's so dope. And so hearing you talk about your, like, look, man, we need to figure out either a vacation, I come down to the ATL, or you come up here and chill in Wisco, and like we get the families together, because this sounds, sounds like, yeah, it really sounds dope. And like, I love the aspect that you've made it. You've given your family space to see what you love and allowed them to love it too. And man, that's such a blessing, bro. Like that's so incredible, man. Like,
yeah, man. But this is the thing, right? None of this would be possible without me putting my faith in God.
Yes, sir.
Because on my own accord, on my own will, I wasn't gonna make the change. In Jiu-Jitsu, martial arts, that was what set me still and made me face the mirror. It held me there. You know, because you look at the mirror, walk off, and forget what you're looking at. Forget what you saw. But with the martial arts, if you're training, if you're doing it for a purpose, if you're seeking to be better, it's gonna force you to face yourself. And then that's when the true growth and the true change starts happening. And everyone around you is impacted. Everyone around you, not just you. And I've seen it time again, how people change their lives. But again, you gotta have faith in something bigger than yourself.
You gotta, it's faith. Oh my God. You know what? You said it best right there. That was beautiful. That was truly beautiful. And I hope people realize exactly what you're talking about. We're both going to say, find it in martial art, right? We're like, this is what we do.
Help me. I'm hard headed that way though.
Yes, sir. That's like, yes. Yes. I swear only hard-headed people really love martial art because you just gotta learn.
It.
You gotta learn about, a little abuse here. Like we
cabeza dura, scars all over.
Yeah. It's have faith in something bigger than you, and find something that you truly love and chase it down and build it and watch what happens. Watch how you become something different because you have to. Because in order to build your dreams, right, you have to face yourself on a daily basis. And the things you don't like about yourself, you're gonna have to iron out and work out and become better in order to properly build that dream. And like, I love that you said that, man. Like that's beautiful.
This is why every day you got to push yourself more than the day before.
Yes, sir.
Because you can get used to that level.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's no growth. So when you go back, you got to go up a little bit more.
Yes, sir.
And so that's what makes it worthwhile for everyone. Because you're not always going to do well. That's the beautiful thing about it. You're not always going to get the win.
Yep.
You're not always going to get the submission.
Yes, sir.
More than likely you're going to lose.
Yes, sir.
More than likely you're going to get submitted.
Yep.
And so that's why I love jiu-jitsu.
Man. That's so, you know what? You're the second person that I've had on this podcast that is in love with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I like it. I appreciate it. I respect the heck out of it. You and Matt Brown. So when I have Matt Brown on here, it's funny because he's got the most knockouts in UFC. He's laid people out the most in UFC. And he loves Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu because there's always a way out. You just have to find the way out. And it's like the best problem solving. He was talking about that with kids and how it really helps them to navigate through emotions and navigate through their own ego. And you're the second person on here. And it's when I talked to him and the last time we talked, I literally went back and just watched our BJJ classes. And I just literally, I love our professor who teaches. I love the way he words things. And then there's watching people figure out the game. It's like they're stuck. And it's like, oh, nope, that didn't work. Oh, no, that didn't work. That didn't work. Nope, that didn't work. And they go, and it's like they just keep trying. And then all of a sudden they're out. And it's like, yo, that was like watching the Nature Channel, watching animals move through nature. Is like, oh, this is 100%. Incredible. This is incredible. So man, it's what's this question? The art of movement to push your body to go through the limit. What's also the push and drive of the energy? So someone's asking what's the push and drive of the energy? I'm not sure I understand what they mean by that specifically. So CM Honey, please go into more detail about that question. Like, the art of movement to push your body to go through the limit. I understand that. What's also the push and drive of the energy? I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that. And do you have an idea?
So recently somebody hit my DMs and they were like, do you know about these different energies and how your body uses them at different times? I had no idea. He's put me on. So apparently when you first start rolling, you have a specific type of energy and that'll deplete. Then a different system kicks in and you got another type of energy and then that depletes. And I think it's either 3 or 4 different systems that your body goes through. Fatigue Yeah. And I think what we trying to get to is that last bottom of the tank. You
Yeah.
know, that,
Yeah.
that
Yes,
rocket
sir.
fuel
Yep.
is at the very bottom.
I call that
It's been
the
sitting down
darkness.
there.
Yeah. You
It's
got to
got
go.
rust in it.
Yep. That it looks like that's what that's exactly what they're talking about. They're like to keep fighting and finding a different method to take them down.
Man.
Yes, utilize the energy when it needs to push. That's exactly what I was talking about at the beginning or earlier when I said that's where I took my female fighter. It was like she did everything she could and used up as much energy and tried every single move to get out. And maybe with a woman her size, it may have worked. But I'm bigger and stronger and would not let it work. And she had to dive in so deep. As you just said, the rust, you got to go into that dark place that is just like, and it's like, and what's crazy is I basically call that the zone. When you hit that zone and it's quiet, your brain is finally in the moment. It's not scattered anywhere. It's here. And now you're in the zone. And now you are able to use the adrenaline. You are able to use all the different chemicals that are going off in your body. And you could do it while being clear-headed. It's like being the Incredible Hulk in the last Avengers movie, where he's both Dr. Banner and Incredible Hulk form. So he's a genius that cannot be killed and really hurt. That is a different, yes, that's a different level. And that's where I was basically trying to take my female fighter. And that's what it sounds like what that person was talking about. DM, this person that asked that question. And it's like, but you said, but it's funny because you just said, we take them there Monday through Thursday. And he said it, Corey, he said it so casual. He's like, yeah, just Monday through Thursday. That's a normal day.
It's usually a warm up. I have this thing that I do. It's called drill class. So for people that don't want to necessarily do randori or not comfortable, I still have the same movements that are beneficial. And in a drill form. So it's a drill class. They do bear crawls, et cetera, et cetera. So it's good. So that class itself, it's for beginners, But when you're doing an actual class, a Jiu-Jitsu class, that drill class becomes times 3. So now we're doing all of the movements in a way that your body, if you're not used to it, you're going to want to tap.
Yes,
so we're going to push you through there. We're going to walk you through.
we'll walk you. Yeah, we'll walk you up to the pool, and then when you're ready, we're gonna take you in that 9-foot pool, and you're just not gonna breathe for a little bit. You be all right.
Yeah. A lot of people don't get past the warm-ups. I personally think it's a beautiful thing. It's almost like a deterrent for the BS. For those that don't want to do the work, they won't hang around long.
Yes, sir.
We had all kind of people come in. The hardest thing they say is the warm-ups.
That's what everyone says at our school. It's the one. Well, like when they go through BJJ warm-ups, it's like that's the workout. That's crazy. That's insane.
And looks different every time. We do Tabata drills back to back.
Word? Yo, that's crazy.
So, and we do judo, we start standing. So you're doing those. You're taking everybody down.
Yeah.
And it's a circle of people, so you're doing that nonstop.
Yeah.
Next person, you swap it out. Everybody's throwing everybody.
Yep.
Man. If you go through that on a regular, You get there in competition match.
It's easy.
You've been there so many times.
Yes, sir.
You're in the zone.
Yes, sir.
But if you don't do that, and you get out there and somebody grabs you, oh, you finna get thrown down.
Yeah.
You can try to pull guard then, but you're going down.
Yes, sir.
Because you don't put yourself in a situation you ain't never experienced.
Yes, sir.
You know, drill. You got to carry him. Fireman
yes,
carry.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
so
man.
it's different.
I love this. This is, it sounds like you guys are really, really good at making sure that everyone's ego is going to be destroyed. Can't have an ego. It's like you just, it's almost impossible to have an ego during that. Like you just lose often enough and get tossed around often enough, and you just go through it, and it's hard. When you go through anything that's really hard, it kills the ego because the only thing left is the confidence you built from being disciplined enough and showing up every day and doing it. Oh man, I'm so beat up. I'm gonna go do it again. What's wrong with me? Boom, and do it again, and then you just feel like heaven. That's man.
Accomplished.
Yes, sir. Oh man, I feel sorry for my students tonight because you got me like I was already jacked from yesterday. Now I'm jacked more. It's like, oh, I'm gonna come in whistling, and they know as soon as I come in whistling, they're like, "Yo, what? No." Because then you right before class starts, it's like, "Yo, I'm just giving y'all a heads up. Door outside is right there. If you got to run outside to go let out the demons, that's fine. Make it to the bathroom upstairs. If you pass out, it's all good. We'll splash a little water on you, move you over to the side. When you wake up fully, jump back in. We be good. We be all right. Yeah, so that's what kind of day it's got to be today because you got me. I thought I was jacked already. Now this is a whole different level talking to you right now. Like it's man. So before I let you go, first of all, thank you for jumping on here a second time and doing this. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge, sharing your experiences. Thank you very much for that. So that's first. Second, please tell everybody where to find Cholo MMA because your gear is stupid. It's ridiculous, everything you have. And then what you got coming up next?
You can find us everywhere at Cholo MMA and on our website at cholomma.com. We got links to gear. We got a lot of new videos, some collaborations, some big events, and we're working on a technique tour. So we're going down some cities, and man, it's a lot in the works. So stay tuned.
Man, can you send some of that information this way? See if we can make something work to make you come up north, especially while it's summertime, because I don't recommend coming up here during the winter. Come up here during the summer. Enjoy this summer weather.
Enjoy the one. That's right. But yeah, man, most definitely. We look forward to it, brother.
Yeah, send me some of that information, man.
Yeah, that's a blessing.
Yeah, let's go.
I know you're putting in the good work over there, so thank you for your platform. Thank you for having me. I appreciate your audience. Your producer back there.
Yeah.
Hey, he would move you like this.
Yeah.
Put you right in the middle.
Yeah. He was figuring out, he was like, why can't I get you in the middle? He was like, because you couldn't hear us, and he was just kept moving me around. He was like, I can't figure it out. Like, what is going on here?
Hey.
Like, he works through so many technical difficulties because this process, like, it was easy. It's easy when we have someone in studio, right? That's simple. Right. And it'll probably be really easy when we go on site to places, and we want to do that. Like we're already talking about like, oh, Atlanta's not that far. We just get on a plane. We come up there and like watch him train some people. And then I was like, yeah. And then we're like, oh man, if I can get some of my fighters to come with me, they can go train. Cause I'm always about them training at other gyms.
Yes.
And it's like that even from that aspect, the technical side isn't that hard, but like trying to figure this out and like make it work on TikTok Live or make it work somewhere else. And it's like,
Right.
there's so many technical aspects. I'm like, man, I'm glad I couldn't do it. I'm like, there's no way I could do it. This isn't my forte. And he's just like, but he's always doing little things like moving the screen over. First of all, I usually have a screen right here and a screen in front of me, but he must have noticed my eyes doing like this. So he was like, he just moved you right here. And it was like, it's just little things like that I'm like, yeah, this is way easier to have a conversation right now. It's like, I'm not looking. Yeah, shout out Corey all day. Like, he makes things work. Like, without him, this doesn't work, man. And so, again, thank you so much for your time, man. Thank you for everybody tuning in. And you're welcome that we answered your question. Man, love y'all all, man. Be blessed. Keep loving life. Keep building your dreams, man. You control you. We out, man. Peace.
Peace.
Shit, I'm about to go wait in this place when you dropping the bass in. The beat inside the streets of awaken. I'm making to break my foot off of somebody's ass. I'm waiting for someone to say my name so I can annihilate them. Okay, shit. Everyone was screaming the rape when I was kicking at the gate till it caved in. Belly scraping by, but now I'm paid. Look at the paper I raked and I'm caking like Jay-Z and Drake. And I hate when people say that I ain't killing shit. The game is my playpen. I punch you in the face and end up breaking your break bands. I'm far from Hollywood. I'm posted up at the days in. Even though the industry say I'm the latest sensation. Drop the stuff at the board show. Becoming complacent. Mama saw me on TV with just a bum in the basement. You a Captain Save a whole you just the cake.